At ease, Devils. Now listen up. Today is the start of your very extensive training program. Our goal is simple, to transform you from another face in one of millions into the group known as the few and the proud. I will be the one in charge of your training and will personally see to your success at the end of this training program. I achieved the rank of Sergeant Marines in a little over 3 years of active duty service and hold many training certificates and awards, including rifle marksmanship, pistol marksmanship, warfighting tactics and techniques, and weapons training. I was trained to coast marksmanship by none other than Gunnery Sergeant Carlos Hathcock III, son of the Marine sniper Carlos Hathcock Jr., who you will learn about at a later date. My job is to instruct you with every bit of knowledge at my disposal, as well as tools such as control freaks, headphones, and the Call of Duty series, including Call of Duty 4, World at War, and Call of Duty Black Ops. I have to make sure that you devils are feared throughout the online gaming community. I will. The United States Marine Corps is a highly decorated military fighting force that dates back to 1775, and it has been respected and feared from its adversaries for almost 236 years. To accomplish our goal, you will learn about each and every phase of the Marines, from boot camp to field training. Upon completion, you will be mentally prepared for multiplayer combat using Marine tactics and techniques. Here are the different phases of your training, starting now. History. In order to know where you are going, you must know where you came from. We will first cover the fighting in Bellewood, France in 1918. That is the origin of the term Devil Dogs, after a fierce battle between the Marines and German forces, and that will explain the reason you will be referred to as Devils throughout training. We will go back even further and cover battles when the Marines formed in 1775 in a bar in Pennsylvania. As we move forward, we will cover every war and battle from then until now, where history is being made at this very moment in Iraq and Afghanistan. Heroes. I know my boot camp stories are entertaining at times, but I will tell you stories of some Marines and members of other military services that are much more thrilling, daring, and courageous than anything I've ever accomplished. You will learn the war stories of Marines like Carlos Hathcock, Chesty Puller, and Pappy Boyington, Army greats like Audie Murphy, and even Staff Sergeant Gunta, who was most recently awarded the Medal of Honor, will also be discussed in detail, so you can get to know the men who struck the fear in the heart of their enemies. Weapons. This will not be an interactive weapons guide as thorough as Xbox Ahoy's, nor will it be as informative as Mr. Dunkus and his World's Weapons series, but what we will do here is cover weapons, equipment, and classes that actual Marines used and equipped when going to war throughout its existence. We will go over everything from the M14 and the M16 assault rifles, the M4 and the M1 carbines, the Colt 1911 pistol, machine guns like the M249 SAW and the M60, and so much more. In addition, we will cover the weapons and equipment used by adversaries as well, such as the Soviet-designed AK-47 and RPK machine guns. I will do my best as a marksmanship instructor to teach you how to put accurate fire downrange. Tactics. After Brass Monkey and I made a very successful video on Marine tactics, we will expand on that and attempt to bring you more terms and tactics, but on a much larger scale. Combat formations, terms, lingo, ambushes, and callouts will all be shown during tactics training. I will do my best to show you what can succeed in the online community, and if not, why it will fail. This will also branch out into many other game modes, as our first operation only covered search and destroy. Adversaries. This is designed to teach you exactly who and what you are up against. Throughout history, Marines have fought against some of the world's toughest fighting forces, including the NVA and Viet Cong in the Vietnam War, the Japanese Imperial Army in World War II, and the present-day militant groups in Iraq and Afghanistan. Knowing the strengths and weaknesses of your opponent are very important in order to defeat him. Allies. And finally, the allies of the Corps. We will discuss the Army itself, their Green Beret Special Forces, as well as their Ranger units. We will cover the Navy and Navy SEALs, and the United States Air Force. But this training will also cover the many allies throughout the world that have worked hand in hand with Marines throughout history, such as the British SAS. It's very important to know that while there are some rivalries that exist between services and friendly forces, there is also respect and admiration for one another, and you must realize that communication and teamwork are important for you to achieve victory. This is just a start of your training, Devils. Everything I've discussed up to this point is what I'm bringing you, but you can help and you can get involved. You tell me the stories, the game modes, and the weapons you want covered. You can be involved in the taping of these episodes by following me on Facebook and Twitter for the open lobbies, as there is no way I can do this all alone. We can all do our part. Now, I don't promise you a rose garden, but I can promise you that I will enjoy bringing this to you as long as you enjoy seeing it. Until next time, Devils, stay motivated.